So, what would be your suggestions, your comments about just, men and dads connecting with their children?
Perfect. And this is, I can give you one very impactful thing straight off the bat, because I have this conversation over and over and over. When I'm mentoring or coaching guys, one of the things that I have to find is leverage on them. And it sounds harsh, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
The easiest leverage I can ever find on a father is this. If you have a son or a daughter, you can preach at them, tell them what to do, tell them how to think, tell them who to become until you're blue in the face. It will have zero effect. The one thing which will affect who your son becomes is who you are. And the one thing that affects who your daughter ends up with is who you are.
Yes.
So doesn't matter what you say. The reality that, and this is an extension of what we talked about at the very beginning, who your son will become is based on not strategy, tactics, or what you tell them. It's based on who you are. So the number one thing that you must focus on as a man, if you want to transmit a certain way of being, a certain way of thinking, self-view, life view, values to your son or your daughter, is who are you showing up as on a daily basis. And if you want them to have a better life than you have to build yourself a better life than you've ever had. End of story. Now, within that, and it's not my focus right now, but I'm probably going to end up writing a book, putting out some content on training boys at some point. As you are no doubt aware, most traditional cultures had very traditional rites of passage and training. There was a time when you were a boy, and then there was a time when you were a man, and they were very clearly delineated by training and experience. So I was very, very lucky at a young age. I was trained in traditional Apache methods of becoming a man. I was put through experiences. I vision quested. I literally went up a mountain as a boy, and I came down a totally different person, and night and day. So my son will quest at some point, no doubt. But I also, I layer in things like, I've studied NLP to a pretty high level, and I talk to him with embedded commands and suggestions all the time. His bedtime stories are often metaphors that will seep into his unconscious mind. I don't baby him. I treat him like a 5-year-old, but I laugh about this with Michelle. Oftentimes I will find myself telling him something or teaching him something which is completely useless, out of context, and potentially not understandable to a 5-year-old, but I know that it will go deep inside of him into his unconscious. He might unpack it in 30 years when he's 35. I might be dead. I might not be around. So I will literally instill things in him now as if I'm talking to a 35-year-old who's a 5-year-old right now. And I do it very, very unintentionally, instinctually, but it's really interesting. So we'll see what I end up cooking, but it's fun. I mean, he likes the stuff that I do with him. Recently, I've been dropping him into trance and instilling skills in him that he wants. I'll literally say, hey, what do you want to work on? Confidence? Do you want to work on your strength? What do you want to work on? And your creativity. And he and I will sit down, and I'll talk to him, and I'll drop him down into trance, which he loves. It's a relaxing experience for him. And I'll spend 5 minutes building skills in him. And I would love to see more parents have those kinds of delivery systems for their kids.